Good evening, everybody. So happy this is the last 10 p.m. start time for the Washington Wizards this season. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm so happy. I'm also happy that you guys are tuned in. Right now, the Wizards beat the Kings 123 and 111 to wrap up. It was a 6-game bi-coastal road trip. So that's done to get a day off. They got a back-to-back this weekend, Friday and Saturday. That said, joined as always by Raymond Lyons, Cardo Dudley Jr. Let's get to it. Just want to hear you guys' initial thoughts from tonight's game. Ray, we'll start with you and then go to Cardell.
Another solid win. Wizards they started out the game as the aggressor. It's rare that we see that from them. Typically they're they're trying to play catch up. So it's good to see them get somebody on their heels for once. Another good game from Russ. He started off getting folks involved. I like the looks that he got Denny early. Denny's been having a rough go at it. His play's kind of been up and down, so it was good to see him get eased into some good looks. They came out and scored 42 points in the first quarter. In 70 and a half. That's that's going at them, man. And if not for the turnovers, then the lead would have been more at halftime. But they were aggressive on the glass. They won that battle 56-31. And I mean, really the only real negative I can see from tonight was, the turnovers and the points off turnovers. They had 26 for the game, and Sacramento scored 38 points off those turnovers, but the Wizards still won by 12. So that means they checked off a lot of other boxes. So yeah, man, it's going to be games like this where one area he's just not having a good night, but they were able to make up for it. Bradley Beal did Bradley Beal things. Again, we saw Gaffer's effectiveness. Just when he gets in the game, it's just everything pretty much changes. Like the pace of the game. That of course the added run protection. He gets easy baskets and he just makes life easier for people. So, good. They were able to close this thing out on a win, and they get some rest, come back home, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Cardell.
Yeah, it was a solid win. I feel like they're playing with a more sense of urgency. I think they realize that time is ticking as far as the season goes. If they don't pile up some wins, it's to the crib they go for the summer, and it's getting up for next year. And they can't afford to. They just can't afford to give games away no more. They got to win. And it was a big win because it puts them a game behind Chicago for the 10th spot for the playing game. The issue now is Cleveland's winning, so they're right on the Wizards. They're right there with the Wizards. So it's go time. It's playoff time. Teams making their push, man. Man, you see the Wizards trying to make their push. You see, Russ and Bill and those guys. It was one play where Denny was kind of lackadaisical with the inbound pass, and Russ was telling him to, get it in quick. And Terrence Davis, obviously being a vet, slapped the ball away, so they wouldn't have numbers going down the other way while he's falling out of bounds, while he's out of bounds, trying to get up and trying to hustle back. It resulted in an attack, but still, that's why Russ yelled at Denny. He's like, "Yo, hurry up!" And sense of urgency, give me the ball, and that's what Denny has to learn, and he's learning on the fly. Because now teams in playoff mode, you know what I mean? So that's the first thing I saw with the sense of urgency. The defense, for stretches was better, rebounding the ball and whatnot that we've seen. The only negative, like we said, is the turnovers, man. You can start with the backcourt, but Len had a lot, you know what I'm saying? It's just, look, lucky for them, they was playing against the Kings team that had a big injury with Sean out. And they're just, kind of in the same boat as the Wizards, but they don't have the experience that the Wizards have as far as the veteran leadership with like Russ and Bill, Len been in the league a lot of years, Lopez and those guys. That was the difference, just experience. Because there's no way you're going to beat any quality team moving forward if you have 26 turnovers and they scored 38 points off those turnovers. Truth be told, the Wizards should have beat the Kings by like 30, honestly, tonight, the way they was playing. But they kept them in the game with the turnovers. 38 points off of turnovers. Man, look at man. Let's believe they're going to hear about that from Scott Brooks. I know we're going to get to the little commenters and stuff like that later on. I know they're going to be like, you always got to be negative. No, we just being real. You know, you can't have that at any level. So they going to have to clean that up now because, look, looking at the schedule, it's going to be tough. You know, you got the Pelicans coming up at home. Friday, you know, Pistons, you should be able to handle that. You know, the Thunder, they basically, you know, trying to play for lottery picks too. They in that mode. But then you got the Warriors, Thunder, Cavs. That's gonna be a big one. The Cavs game. Look, who would have thought the Wizards and Cavs late in the season would be a big game? But it's gonna be a big game. You know, Spurs, Lakers, and then the Lakers. You might have Braun and AD back. They might be in that. You see what I'm saying? Then you got the Cavs again. Then you trying to close out in May and stuff. So, man, they got to clean that up because turnovers have been an issue for the Wizards literally all season long, like the entire season, man. And if you keep giving these, even the mediocre teams that's above the Wizards in the standings, if you give them guys chances to beat you, they're going to beat you. They're in playoff mode, man. But, you know, outside of that, man, I think they came to play, you know, in all facets. You know, I love what Burst Haynes did coming off the bench. He looked like the guy that deserved that contract tonight. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to continue to shoot like that for them to keep piling up wins to make a playoff push or whatever. Even if they get to play in seed 9th or 10th seed or whatnot, I'm pretty sure they still not trying to go home because what's the point? You just playing extra games just to go home? You know what I mean? We could have got the season over. So obviously they're eyeing trying to get into the playoffs officially so they can have a series. He's going to have to bring it. He's going to have to play. And so with everybody else, man. But, yeah, just clean up those turnovers and they'll be in most of the games coming up.
Yeah, I don't really have too much to add. Like, this has literally been the theme of the season. They turn the ball over too much. Can't do it against good teams. And tonight, this was a game literally because the only time the Kings had any type of offensive flow was when you gave them numbers. That's it. Outside of that, their offense didn't look great tonight. It wasn't difficult or hard to stop. I mean, Darren Fox, but outside of that, he seemed to be the only one getting off in the half court. Everything else was literally off turnovers. And like you mentioned, Cardell, without having Holmes on the boards, they got housed in that department with the Wizards three big rotation. They did a good job tonight. Like Ray said, they checked off so many boxes, but 24 turnovers is ridiculous. You know, so they got to take care of that. We'll move on to the comments. Like Cardell said, they get to control their own destiny right now. It's up to them how they want to finish this thing out. You definitely have some teams, you have some things on your schedule that could be in your favor if you handle your business. If you don't, get up with a whole bunch of tough games that are tougher than they need to be because you keep giving people points, and those aren't fun games to play. Because that you do that too much, you almost can't. You lose control of the outcome.
And one more thing, I want to give definitely spotlight Ish Smith. They missed him during that stretch. He's the better presence off the bench as a backup point guard to kind of settle the second team coming off the bench, settle them down and keep them in the flow. And it's keeping Russ fresh. You know, that's how he's able to sustain his energy or whatnot. You know what I mean? So, he's been huge, man. You can see how they missed him when he was out, man, because they was looking for something. And Russ, as talented as he is, everybody's still human. He's still human, man. He gonna get fatigued, and he had to deal with De'Aaron Fox. So, it was good, man. So, he's been steady. So, as long as like I said, everybody playing their roles, man. That's what you saw tonight. So, everybody keep playing their roles, cut down on the turnovers. They got a shot. They got a shot definitely getting in those play-in seeds. I don't know if they're gonna get the 8 seed because that seems to be too far up. In 19 games for them to win. I'm not expecting them to win to go 19-0. If they do, shit. I mean, hey, congrats. Hey, kudos to them. But, realistically, I'm not expecting that to happen. So I'm just trying to see if they can make a push, get in the playoff spots, and then go from there.
They win 19 straight. I want some of my time back for some things that I watched this year. You win 19 straight to close out the season. That said, if you guys have nothing else about as it pertains to the night. Get to some of these comments and get out of here. Like I said, man, I'm so over this 10 p.m. start time. Our first comment from Ball Jr. Gobert is highly overrated defensively. I see people getting off on him every game, guys finishing over him and some more ish. Y'all have at it.
It's too late. It's too
What?
late. Look, man.
Next
look,
question, man.
Hold on.
Drew Rosenhaus.
Y'all gotta. It be the same people saying the same dumb stuff, man. Like, look, man. You say you see guys finishing over him, like, okay, you can get scored on here and there, but they're not finishing over him like every play. Like, chill with that. Normally, he's caught in the in between with a big roll into the basket and the guard turning the corner, so he's stuck. And obviously, he's not going to give up a lob to the big, to one of the Wizards' big, mostly Gafford or Alex Len. So then it's Russell Bill turning the corner. They can score. They're great guards. It happens. But I also saw the Wizards avoiding him a lot too. And he was in the middle. When they dribble in the lane and he's lurking and there's no big roller and then they dribble back out to set up something else, that's the impact Gobert has that other bigs don't have on the game. Y'all gotta watch something instead of just watching score plays. There's a lot of things going on in the game of basketball than people just putting the ball in the hole. Y'all gotta open your eyes, man. To say he's overrated defensively, yeah, okay. He got paid $200 million for a reason, and it ain't because he's stout offensively. It's because on that end, by himself, he holds teams down. It's common sense, man. Like you man, look. Shouldn't even said that, dog. That's like when Kwame Brown asked who the logo was, man. Some things you just should play along with, act like you know what's going on, and just roll with the flow. Just roll with it, man.
Man, you take that man off that team, man. They might be the West Coast Wizards, bro. Like, chill out, man. Like, chill out, dog. That's horrible. How you really think a team that got Ingles and Bogdanovich out on that perimeter is about to survive without that in the paint? Lord, like you said, it's too late. All right, do you guys enjoy watching the Wizards play, even with the struggles? Then someone else was like, it sounds like they're never happy, not even when they get wins like this. So I'll jump in my 2 cents right here. I don't watch them play to be happy. Otherwise, I would be upset at myself. That would be me not taking care of my mental health. Watch this because it's a job and we're supposed to cover it. And I take my emotional attachment out of it, which is why most of you feel like we're too harsh and everything else, because I can separate those two things. And the other thing I would encourage you, we say plenty of nice things throughout the course of the game on Twitter. If y'all follow the feed, when somebody does something good, they give them credit. And that's been consistent here. Whether it's on here, on Twitter, in an article, what have you. Do something good, you get credit. You do something bad, we'll tell you do something bad. It's really simple. We're pretty fair. I don't know what world y'all live in where you want everybody to be like, hey, it's okay, it's great. I don't care that you turned the ball over 24 times. It's perfectly fine that you're under 500. Yeah. No, that doesn't make any sense, y'all. Y'all got to stop. But y'all got it. I don't get it. Are we happy?
Man, we're being fair. That's what we're supposed to be. That's our job. We can't be fans like y'all. We can't be fanatics and just roll with our emotion stuff. That's the issue. Look, we not from, I guess, in y'all environment, bubble, wherever y'all at in the world and whatnot, because we do have international viewers and listeners and stuff. Maybe y'all in an environment where they give out participation trophies for just joining and everybody's just happy and stuff. We don't come from that world. You actually have to do something to be praised. And when the Wizards had one of their bad games where they get torched and blown out by 30 and they turning the ball over 50 times and it looks ugly, we gonna say it looks ugly. Like, how are we gonna get on here and say the Wizards are playing well or something and they're not? You know what I mean? Then we do the post game and they're saying the same damn thing. You know, like, do y'all criticize them when they saying the exact same thing we say in the post game? You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all just look, man. Look, man. We cool when they play up to their standard, and too often times they don't play up to the standard that they're capable of. That's why they're 12 games below 500. I don't know how you supposed to celebrate a team that's 12 games below 500. Like that's just what world are we living in where that should be celebrated? It's the reason why they're not even talked about outside of local media here right now.
Are we happy? They 12 games under 500. No, I'm not happy watching it. Big O, what's your opinion on Bill's body language? Honestly, it's getting on my nerves. Every time he doesn't get a call, he cries and doesn't get back on defense. Russ doesn't act like that, man. So I guess we got the new Russ Wall thing. Y'all stopped it, so congratulations for listening to one thing. I saw some of these already. I already see where this is going. Ray, you got first crack at that, and I'm going to fall back. Yeah.
What's up with these comments tonight, man? Like,
it's too late for this.
I mean, every time he doesn't get a call, he cries and doesn't get back on defense. I mean, I don't understand. If saying something to the ref is crying and doesn't get back on defense, then like 95% of NBA players do that, including Russ. So I'm perfectly fine with his body language to answer the question. Like I'm not. It's 12:51, man. Dude, come on, man.
Hey, shout out to my man A Cook 3 watching on IG. He was like, "That's a wild question."
Yo, what's up? That's Sean. You remember Shawnee Cook that played at Georgetown? That's his brother.
Oh, word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what's up, homie? But yeah. Look, man, as a veteran player, you're supposed to do that, man. Like you're supposed to work on the refs. So late in games, you will get that call. Literally, everyone in the league does it, man. And believe me, we have all seen worse. I don't even notice what you're talking about. Like Brad Beal is one of the good guys in the league. Like he's damn sure not on that list with people that just cry. Like we can name some people that cry though. Like, and some of them are, y'all tend to call them the GOAT sometimes. When y'all are drunk at the bar, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say too much, but it's a lot of people that cry, man. He ain't one of them, man. You know what I'm saying? He just letting the refs know, like, yo, you need to make these calls. And it ain't just for him. It's for the rest of us. He understand what it is. They 12 games below 500. So sometimes the refs are not going to give them calls just out of disrespect. They're just like, well, y'all bad anyway. I'm just being honest. They man, the benefit of the doubt. That's how it works. You see what I'm saying? Because if it's if they were winning, if it was reversed, if they was 33-21, every time they get bumped, they will get to the free throw line. It'd be crazy. Because they're good. That's just how the refs work, man. So yeah, they got to do what they got to do to get the edge. Otherwise, if they don't say nothing, the refs like, I guess it's not that bad. Then they ain't going to the free throw line at all. Then y'all gonna be like saying they saw because they don't show any emotion. That's what y'all gonna be saying next. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, man. But Bill, do whatever you gotta do to get wins, bro. Like that's where we at this point.
And yeah, the biggest issue I had was the whole Russ doesn't act like that. They both do it. Like, let's not do that. They both do it. Like
Russ works the refs. Come on, man. Non-stop, dog.
He ain't never not talking to them. So stop. Like that's all right, Big O. Oh, he's responding to that last statement. Russ doesn't do nearly as much as Bill does, man. Yeah, Bill had 30, but he didn't play on the fourth. Bill expects superstar calls, but we are below 500 in the sorry Eastern Conference. He isn't going to get that respect as a respectable team. All right.
You just say what I said.
All right, we're going to move on to the next one. Hold on one day. Good. Man, A Cook said, ref just go tell Brad, y'all down 15. What do you want?
Exactly.
I'm just gonna read what A Cook responds to. He got the answers already. Here come the next football junior. The thing about Russ that separates him from a lot of these guys is even at this stage of his career and his flaws is he can go toe to toe with any player from LeBron to Steph Curry or against any team. So you always have a chance with him no matter who you are playing.
Yo, what?
Oh man.
You know how you always get on me for going on mute? This is on purpose this time. So
Look, I'm convinced it's a kid. It got to be a young. Yeah, it got to be. Ain't no grown man saying that, dog. It can't be.
They
Hey,
21
Ball
and
Jr.,
33, my
please
man.
disclose your age. Let us know that. And this will determine if we even put you back on here again. Let's go, Wilson.
Russ, I got you.
Take that mute button away from you. We're
Nope.
take that away. No.
I needed it for that because I was going through it just now after reading that. Russ has had better games, but he was special tonight. In control the whole time. He had 35 and 21 game. I mean, he did, but like we said last game was a very, like, it was a nearly flawless performance from him. He was in control, super duper efficient. Like he did a really good job of being at the controls. And that's kind of the thing where I felt like went over y'all's head, like massively went over y'all's head when we said this like a couple weeks ago or whatever. That's what we're talking about. If it was like if it was that on a consistent basis, everybody's energy would be changed. You know what I'm saying? But it's that, like, it can be done. But that's why we were raving about it last game. It was a masterful performance. Y'all want to chime in or not?
I mean, go ahead, Ryan.
You know, like what do people want? You know, like when he have them high turnover games and it cost them, we talk about it and we being too critical. He has a awesome game and we give him his props, and it's Russ has had better games. Like, I'm confused, man. I'm just confused.
And it's ironically by the same dude that I think is a kid, Ball Jr. So yeah, man. Look, that's what fans do, man. It is what it is.
He played a great game last game. We appreciate you guys tuning in and commenting. To everybody that's on IG, I think LA about to mess up the screen name. We had a couple folks. I know A Cook 3. We had DOG 443. We appreciate y'all, man. We definitely do. LA the Power publicist. Over on IG, like I said, on IG, we can't put your comments up on the screen, but I'm able to see them. Facebook and Twitter, comment, feel free, because YouTube's, they're having at it. They got time for all the comments. But if y'all share it with the winner live, we'll respond, we'll put them on the screen. But for Cardell, Raymond, myself, y'all have a great evening. Tomorrow we got some special following the WNBA draft, which is from 7 to 9 on ESPN. After that's over, we're going to hop back on here, compare our notes, just to see what teams did. Already had one trade go down. Dallas gave up one of them 72 first-round picks they had out of 12 already. The Sparks jumped into the fray. They got the 7th overall pick right now. So we're looking forward to that. And as a precursor to tomorrow's WNBA draft, if you follow us on social media already, on Monday night, we knocked out a 2021 WNBA mock draft. So go ahead, check that out, get you kind of familiar, get an idea of what's going on, at least where our heads were. And then we look forward to talking with you guys tomorrow night after the WNBA draft. Y'all have a good evening. My words are about to get really messed up. I'm tired. For all of us, we'll get at y'all later. Oh,